Hello, we are back. I do want to give a quick little disclosure. As I am reading this, you might actually hear a little bit of a background noise or music. If that bothers you, I do completely apologize. Yeah, it's just the music that I chose because I was like, I'm gonna chill. And yeah, if it sounds weird, it is a little weird. It's I don't know. The playlist is literally called Dark Fantasy Playlist or something. But yeah, it's a bunch of random, just I guess music themed. I mean what music, bruh? Instrument themed songs. Since I haven't really heard a lot of words in it, and that's what I like about it. That it's just sounds, no words type of thing. I don't know. With this recent music, yeah, I really like the nostalgia I get from a lot of music. But I don't know, I feel like they're very negative or very just negative, in some sort of way or another. Or just not fully aligned with the way I wanna be, or you know, just music in general. But yeah, and but I still like for example, I'll still listen to a song and be like, dang, that's a good ass beat, but then I'll start to analyze the words and it's like, that's when I start thinking. But anyways, that's just a little side note. I went off tangent there. My bad if you were waiting for chapter 5, but here we go. Chapter 5, Give Thanks. The show in Paraguay was a racetrack called the Jockey Club. Give me a second. I actually need to turn this thing down just a little bit and night shift so I'm able to, not burn my eyes crisp. But yeah. Okay. We all got to the venue a few hours early to warm up. We wanted to be on the top of our game for each other. The talent level in this band is world class, and no one wants to be the guy who fucks up a song sitting backstage. We started to hear a rainstorm. It turned torrential. Torrential. I'm assuming that's bad. Torrential. Since it's a racetrack, the grounds are primarily dirt, which quickly turned to mud. The crew covered all the gear on stage, and we braced ourselves for the certainty that no one could show up in this weather. We are totally wrong. Tropical storms don't face South American rock fans, and we opened the set with Deep Purple's Highway Star. More than 18,000 fans were there to dance along. Paraguay has a very young audience for rock and roll, and you could see teenagers' eyes getting huge as we came out. There were banners and tears and very loud cheering between songs. all the things you want to see when you're up on stage. The set list was stacked with hits from GNR to Deep Purple, Billy Idol, Collective Soul. During rehearsals for the Great Tour, I was pleasantly reacquainted with all of the great songs that Collective Soul had to put out. Def Leppard, Velvet Revolver, and Stone Sour. It's really fun to put together a set of songs where you kind of look forward to playing the next song more than the last. The singers chose some other songs outside of our groups to do too, which is how we got to do Queen's Tie Your Mother Down and The Felons Communication Breakdown and Immigration Song. Since we aren't a full-time band, King of Chaos always feels like it's in the honeymoon phase of a band relationship. So we just get to enjoy each other. Matt Saram is a wonderful guy and a terrific drummer, but he'll be the first one to tell you that he has the typical drummer who wants to be a frontman. He has the typical drummer who wants to be a frontman bug. Hmm. Kings of Chaos is an invention and product of Matt's mind. Oh, okay, Matt. So Matt is. I get it. Okay, I guess I was a little confused here with Matt, but he worked his ass off to get all these guys together, find promoters in different territories in the world who would buy this thing, and figure out travel and accommodations for all of us precious little artists. King of Chaos gives Matt the opportunity to be the master of ceremonies for the night, and his chest puffs out as he comes out in front of his drums, grabs the main microphone and addresses huge audiences. All of us know Matt has worked hard on these things, and all of us sort of chuckle as we see Matt become the front guy he always wanted to be. And he is great at it. Nice. Joe Elliott is a funny bastard. Great guy, don't get me wrong. He is one of those singers who never really got a huge ego, but he never starts a conversation without first calling me a cunt. The word cunt is awful sounding to us Americans, of course, but in the UK it's almost a term of endearment. Motorhead has a cook on the road named Richie. If Richie doesn't address you as you cunt, you know you haven't got in good with him yet. Okay. Okay. Joe has a radio show based out of London, and he is one of those guys who takes pride in his knowledge of the history of rock music. His sense of humor is sharp and always on. Coupled with his intellect, Joe has the ability to constantly bust your balls, but he is also a world-class frontman, and watching him own a crowd of 18,000, I never know whether to stand in awe or slap him in his nuts. Yes, these are the things we're really thinking about as we play along. We played an encore of Sweet Child O' Mine, followed by Funny Enough, All the Young Dudes by Mott the Hopai? I'm blind. Hopple, I'm blind. Damn, it's Hopple. I was seeing Hoppy for some reason. Let me reread that. We played an encore of Sweet Child of Mine, followed by Funny Enough, All the Young Dudes by Mott the Hopple. The whole crew came out to wrap things up as the crowd sang along at the end of an evening that was an enormous success. There was a spring in my step the next morning because I knew that I was a day closer to meeting my girls in Mexico City. Susan and I planned for their flight from LAX to land in Mexico City near the time that Kings of Chaos would be getting into town. Logistics are everything when you're on tour, and Mexico City being big and sometimes dangerous. I wanted to be there when they landed. Plus, I loved the anticipation, waiting and searching for the first sight of Susan. At 5'9" with blonde hair, she has a tendency to stand out, especially in a place like Mexico. I've always had a romantic idea of a family life. Even during my times of trial and extreme drug and alcohol use, I held out hope that one day I'd be that guy who was the head of a family, the steady guider, the calm and strong voice. As a consequence, I am hopeless. I am a hopeless romantic when it comes to my wife and two daughters. The imagery that has been forever ingrained in my head by It's a Wonderful Life will never leave. My girls think I am totally corny, but I don't care. I am who I am. I can get bummed out sometimes when things don't work out like they did for George Bailey, but waiting for my family at the airport filled me with joy. We've all been looking forward to experiencing Thanksgiving dinner in a foreign land, and now everyone from King of Chaos would be joining us. I grabbed my ladies and whiskeys, and oh my god, I grabbed my ladies and whisked them off to the hotel. Mexico City is absolutely huge, and the St. Regis Hotel was an hour and a half from the airport. But we were in no rush, just happy to be together. Sitting in the car, I thought about the fact that after the family's 3 day stay with me in Mexico, I'd have to peel off to Europe for a 19-day tour with the Walking Papers, a newish band of mine. The tour weighed heavily on my mind as we rolled through Mexico City in promoter provided black Cadillac SUV. In our promoter provided black Cadillac SUV. Whoa. I was thankful to be with them, but oh my god, but I was already dreading having to be away. I wanted to be every minute of this visit count. We talked and laughed and joked and saw some incredible city sights on the way in. Our hotel was totally fancy and incredible, and our adjoining suites were world class. Listen, we'd be happy pretty much anywhere as long as we were together, but all this extra fancy stuff was fucking sweet. The beds were impossibly comfortable, and the hotel manager left us fresh fruit and a handwritten note, quite a nice touch. Even a jaded traveler like me appreciates the little things, like the button on the phone to ring butler service. Even if I couldn't bring myself to try it, the view included what had to be every inch of Mexico City, and I couldn't help but to think that it really couldn't get more pimpin' than this. The ladies are excellent travelers, and you'll never catch them pulling rookie moves like leaving a belt on through the x-ray machine or forgetting a passport. But I don't think they realize that if they leave clothes at home, they'll still be there when they get back. Each of their suitcases for a 3 day stay dwarfed from month-long bag by half. But I can't complain. This is part of the fun for them. The bags, choosing what to wear. I mean, which shoes will go with the purse that I think I should bring tonight. If I wear those shoes, should my hair be up or down? If if you show skin in one area, then don't show it anywhere else. Do I look hot in this? Is this outfit indie? Is this outfit Tumblr ready? Totally have to take a photo. So cute. Mom, don't put that on Instagram. I listened, and I smiled. my black t-shirt.